The Batman Who Laughs. Number one, of course, a Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. And let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the book we've been waiting for. The guy with the chain, Robin's on the chain, setting everything up for the Demon Barbados. This is the book where like, okay, you know what? Shit's about to get real now. This is what we wanted to see. Batman mixed with Joker. I'm going to talk about the cover for just a touch. It's all right. And I'm done talking about the cover. What I can say is one of the things I've been impressed with as far as the Batman Dark Knight's tie-ins has been the sense of atmosphere. These have, the best of them anyway, have had horror elements to it. And this one in spades. I love the way it opens. The book opens here, and it's almost a parallel to the famous scene in The Killing Joke that starts off that book, where Batman sits down and he says, you know, I've been thinking about the two of us, and if we keep going the same way we're going right now, either you're going to end up dead or I'm going to end up dead. And this is kind of the same play, but he's saying you can never tell the cards you're dealt. And then you begin to see his origin story. And usually I'm saying that these tie-ins need more backstory. This one does not, because when it begins, we see the Joker fighting the Batman. He has a big scheme, but today he decides forget about it. He's going to go all out, 100% crazy. He wants to make an army just like Batman and Joker. He figures the best way to do it is to combine their origins in children. So he feeds them a chemical and then kills their parents in front of them. And that causes them to go crazy. And this is just freaking out there because he said, you know what? I'm going to go one joke too far, try to break you. What a twisted mind you have to come up with that particular origin. To actually say, do you know what I think the Joker's sickest joke would be? Is to take a whole bunch of children, poison them, and give them the Joker gas, and then shoot their parents in front of them so they can have the same trauma as both the Joker and the Batman. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't noticed already, spoilers, we get a full story of what brings us to the point of having Batman turn into the Joker. And we even have the Batman killing the Joker. But it doesn't turn him. That's not what turns him. It's not like he goes, ha ha ha, I killed him now, so I'll take his place. There's actual explanations. He even says here, of course it drove me nuts for a while, but I'm not going to become what the Joker wanted me to because, hey, that would mean he would win, and we don't want the bad guys to win. And that's cool. Now, I like the art here. I always try to figure where is the universe and what is this a danger universe of? Is this Earth 1? Either way, it works. I mean, we got some good stuff happening here, gang. You know, we get the Robins and Batgirl training and such, and they're training hard, and they notice that the settings are more dangerous than normal. And this is, oh my gosh. Oh, my head's just blowing up. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I'm loving every bit of it because Batman pulls them aside and says, hey, look, dudes, come on. This is dangerous. There was a nanite when Joker got killed. It went into me, and he wanted whoever killed him to become him. And since I'm the one that killed him, I'm becoming the Joker. I mean, it obviously looks good. And it's good to know that there's some good ideas. And it tells you, and this is one of the problems I have with a lot of modern comic books. It does not give you information on every page. What is happening? Where is it going? Why is it happening? Who is it happening to? Something has to be told to move the story forward. And this is such a tight script that every scene does this. Even every page gives you some information as to who, what, where, when, or why. And that, to me, is really good storytelling. There are a lot of good... Can you imagine this as a poster? Batman gunning down all the sidekicks? Gunning down all the sidekicks with a big-ass Joker grin on him? Holy shit, in the words of Bluto. Here where you see him taking out the Justice League. Not by some sort of weird... He used big-ass weapons that they kept in the thing. He even says, hi, I just wanted to study these weapons, and now I know how to use them, and I'm using them on you, Clark. You're a dead man. Except for he doesn't kill Clark. Not right away. Because he's the Joker. Yeah. You gotta torture him first. I'm telling you. This is the book. This is the one I really enjoyed. My favorite of all the Batman tie-ins. It really is. Mainly because, one, like I said, it's a horror novel. It's a horror graphic novel. And yes, I do know that, what was it? Will Eisner, somebody? I forget who says it. Somebody famous writer says, no matter how serious, no matter what we call graphic. I know I'm not getting this right. No matter how serious or high-taught we get graphic novels, comic books will always be silly or stupid or something like that. And it is. It's still Batman. It's still the Joker. It's still Superman. It's still all of these things. But when you care about the characters like this and you see them in a twisted form like this, you can really get into it. It really does affect you in a way that you're either along for the ride or you're fighting it on your way. In some books, you're like, wait a second, the logic just does not fit here. It just doesn't work for me. So you fight the story that it's taking you on. This story right here nabbed me right from the beginning. I mean, and I was on board, and thanks to the other tie-ins, you know this one's going to be good because all the other ones were going to be good. So I was on board. I was willing to be entertained. I'm just glad that it did what it was hired to do. It's got awesome book endings. It's got, like I said, it's got the horror elements, some sci-fi. It's got the action you want. It's got Batman being the baddest asses of all badasses. And it's got him doing it in a believable way. It's just a damn fun book. Nothing is as good of an advertisement for the next issue of a series than the previous issue and the one you're holding in your hand being so good. Something that frightens you, something that excites you, and something that puts you on the edge of your seat. If you have that, then the next issue is already sold. And that's how I feel about Batman Dark Knight Metal. And that's how I've been feeling since it started. This whole series has got me so jazzed, and this book, to me, is the creme of the crop. So far of the Dark Knight Metal tie-ins, this is my favorite. I have to say, I can see this happening, or I saw the way that it was all put together, and it made sense to me. Once again, there is no missing backstory to this. We understand it just because we have seen it happen so many times before. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Have you read it yet? Because I'm so sorry for spoiling it if you haven't. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, you've heard the drill, you know the story. Click like, share, because that's really important to get the word out about the channel. And if you haven't done it already, click subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything, because cool things happen here. Also, we make our living doing this, so if you don't mind, head on over to Patreon or VIDME. The links are in the description below. Drop $1 in the till. VIDME even has a tip jar. You can do that there really quick. And we'd really like to thank everybody who has done that. We really do appreciate it. And to everyone, all of the true believers who feel like the Joker said, all it takes is one bad day to make a person go crazy. Thank you very, very much for watching.